The magnificent mansion stood proudly in the city's most affluent neighborhood, a symbol of Elizabeth's undeniable success. From the height of its expansive windows, she gazed over her property with a certain pride, remembering the countless sleepless nights and sacrifices that had led her to this moment. Wealthy, influential, and respected, she was the portrait of an accomplished woman. By her side stood James, her husband, who appeared to share in her satisfaction, though his eyes carried a subtle hint of restlessness that she failed to notice. "Is this what they call paradise on earth, Elizabeth?" James asked softly, his voice betraying no emotion. She smiled, reaching to hold his hand, her tone warm but measured. "Yes, James, this is everything I've ever dreamed of, and it's only the beginning for us." Elizabeth had built her empire with blood, sweat, and determination. The exhausting dedication to work had been her life's rhythm, a force that propelled her forward even in the face of challenges. James admired this about her in a way, her insatiable drive and discipline. "Tonight, let's go out for dinner," she said with a rare lightness in her tone. "I've reserved that restaurant you love. You deserve it." James smiled, nodding his agreement, but there was something fleeting in the gesture, an absence of true joy. As Elizabeth turned to adjust her earrings in the mirror, James glanced at his reflection, quickly hiding the flicker of disdain in his eyes. Elizabeth, preoccupied with her appearance and her plans for the evening, missed the change in his expression. Elizabeth's world revolved around her business deals, contracts, and major decisions consumed her days. She believed James to be the ideal partner, someone to share her life and ambitions. But James was a man of his own desires. Young, charming, and restless, he had married Elizabeth not only for her brilliance, but for the life of comfort and privilege she provided. Later that evening, Elizabeth received a call she couldn't ignore, leaving James alone in the dining room. He watched her retreat with irritation before pulling out his phone. His fingers moved deftly across the screen as he sent a quick message. "It's clear. Meet me now." He tucked the phone away and finished his drink, his face calm, even charming, as Elizabeth returned. For Elizabeth, it was just another one of James's solo outings, the nights where he claimed to be meeting an old friend or going for a quiet drink alone. She trusted him, preoccupied as she was with her empire, too consumed by her responsibilities to notice the patterns in his behavior. "Enjoy your evening, James," she said, planting a kiss on his cheek before returning to her work. James smiled, stepping out into the night with a purpose. He drove quickly to a dimly lit parking lot just beyond the neighborhood. Waiting for him there was Victor, Elizabeth's much younger business associate. "Everything's ready?" James asked, his voice low but urgent. Victor nodded, his arms crossed as he leaned against his car. "She'll be taking the car tomorrow morning for her meeting. It's all set. No one will suspect a thing." James's lips curled into a small smile. "Good, this is our chance. Once she's out of the way, everything she's built will be mine. Ours." Victor's eyes gleamed with anticipation. For both men, the plan was not just about eliminating Elizabeth, but about seizing the empire she had built. Elizabeth trusted Victor implicitly, relying on him for key decisions in her business. It was that trust that had given him the access he needed to tamper with the brakes of her car, ensuring that the coming accident would appear as a tragic misfortune. What will happen next? Will Mia be able to warn Elizabeth in time? And will Elizabeth have the strength to face the betrayal from her closest confidants? Follow the story to discover the dark secrets and unexpected dramatic turns that will unfold. "It's about your safety," Mia blurted, her voice trembling with urgency. Claudia's brow furrowed as she scrutinized the girl. "You have 1 minute. Speak." Mia took a deep breath. "I overheard a conversation last night. Your husband, Richard, and a man named Victor. They're planning something. They've tampered with your car. They want it to look like an accident so they can take everything from you." Claudia stared, disbelief etched on her face. That's ridiculous. Richard would never... Please, Mia interrupted, her voice breaking. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling the truth. Just check the brakes before you leave. If I'm wrong, fine. But if I'm right... Something in Mia's desperation gave Claudia pause. Against her better judgment, she called her mechanic. Within minutes, her worst fears were confirmed. The brakes had been tampered with. A chill ran down Claudia's spine. The man she trusted most was plotting against her. Turning to Mia, Claudia said, "Get in the car. We need to talk." Mia hesitated before climbing into the passenger seat. Claudia drove to a secluded location. As Mia recounted everything she'd overheard, Claudia's mind raced. The betrayal cut deeply, but it also ignited a fierce resolve. "You've done something incredibly brave," Claudia said. "Now I need your help." They devised a plan, one that would not only expose Richard and Victor, but also ensure they paid. Claudia contacted her lawyer, revising her will to prevent Richard from inheriting anything under suspicious circumstances. She also arranged a staged accident to make it appear as though their plan had succeeded. The next morning, news of Claudia's tragic accident spread quickly. Richard played the grieving widower, receiving condolences with a carefully crafted expression of sorrow. Victor stayed in the background, confident they'd succeeded. Meanwhile, Mia, working quietly with Claudia, safe in a secure location, monitored their movements, gathering evidence. It wasn't long before the two men began making plans to take control of Claudia's assets. At the will reading, their expectations were shattered. The lawyer revealed the clause preventing them from inheriting anything. Before they could react, Claudia entered, alive and well. "Surprised to see me?" Claudia asked, her voice calm but filled with icy resolve. Richard stammered, searching for words. Victor remained silent, his face pale. Claudia laid out everything she knew, her words cutting through their weak denials. By the time the police arrived, the two men were resigned to their fate. As the dust settled, Claudia turned to Mia. "You saved my life," she said, her voice soft but filled with conviction. "I won't forget what you've done." Claudia offered Mia a place in her home, a chance to rebuild her life. Over time, they formed a bond built on trust and mutual respect. Claudia taught Mia the skills she would need to navigate the world, while Mia reminded Claudia of the importance of loyalty and courage. Together, they began a new chapter, their lives forever changed. For Claudia, it was a chance to rebuild not just her empire, but her faith in others. For Mia, it was an opportunity to find a home and a future she never thought possible. Thank you so much for watching and supporting Story Karma. Your engagement, whether it's watching, liking, commenting, or sharing, helps us continue bringing you powerful stories of crime, justice, and karma. We truly appreciate each and every one of you for being part of this journey. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Your support keeps this channel going, and we can't wait to share more incredible stories with you.